So, Henry.
Sorry about that.
He's one of the biggest and strongest engines in the series and is usually seen pulling freight. He came to the railway and performed terribly because he had a very small firebox. He's probably one of the most popular characters in the show, mainly because people think he died in the tunnel for some reason. He had a really nice arc in season 1 with him getting special coal so he could run better, until one morning he had a terrible crash while pulling the flying kipper. He was sent to crew to have an overhaul and has been performing great ever since. Henry is another favorite of mine. Like I said before, he had a great arc throughout season 1 with him getting special coal. He participated in the strike the big engines were holding, and the flying kipper is one of the best episodes in the show. He had a really sweet episode in season 3 that showed his soft spot, but is mostly well known for how franchise creator Wilbur Awdry hated this episode.
Well, what responsible driver would stop as if he was in a roadside lay-by? You can't do it. They've shown a lamentable ignorance of Rule 55.
Do you feel that those television programs are still your work?
No.
I can kind of see where he's coming from. You know, it is his character, but I can't not love this episode. He had another great episode in season 5 where he thinks that there's a ghost on the station near the lake, but it just turned out to be Old Bailey, who's a fogman. He was just kind of a big expedition character in Magic Railroad, and it wasn't until the hit era when things started to change. Henry went from a strong working engine to just always breaking down and needing new coal, but this was actually started in Magic Railroad.
I've got boiler ache.
And I'm collecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks of special Island of Sodor coal for you.
Oh, thank you, Thomas. Special coal will make me feel much better.
Even if they wreck on him not needing special coal anymore, some of these episodes are actually really good, like It's Good to Be Gordon, where it shows their brotherly bond they have.
I'm sorry you didn't set a new record today,
Chuffed Henry. And I'm sorry I took your coal, Puff Gordon.
But it wasn't until the CGI series that Henry's change was more noticeable. He became more wimpy and was afraid of everything, like in Ho Ho Snowman, where he's afraid of a snowman.
What sort of ball doesn't bounce?
I don't know.
A snowball!
The snowman laughed. Henry wobbled.
Oh me! Oh my! A laughing snowman!
In the Brenner era, he screams so much, and for what, laughs? And the adventure begins. Are you telling me that he was actually scared of the rain like that? No, they orchestrated it. Mattel! They made him a complete wuss. And I saved him. Wait, no, I didn't. No episode explains his terrible characterization than Henry Spots Trouble. Seeing as how long this intro is probably getting already, I'll spare some time and let's get into why Henry Spots Trouble is the worst Henry episode. The episode starts with Henry arriving at Knapford, and the Fat Controller tells Henry that he's taking his grandkids out for the day. Topham's grandkids have been struck with the chicken pox. He leaves with his grandkids in Winston, and Henry starts to fear if engines can get the chicken pox. Then we see Thomas delivering chickens, and Butch, not Butch Hartman, gets stuck in some mud. He gets out, but the mud lands on Thomas, and now he has little spludges of mud on his face. Henry makes it to Wellsworth to pick up passengers, and Emily pulls up beside him. Henry tells her about Topham's grandkids, and Emily says that engines can't get chicken pox. She then puffs away, and Henry spots Thomas puffing by. Thomas says a simple hello, but Henry thinks he caught the chicken pox because of the spots on his face. Those aren't even like spotty shapes on his face, they're just like smudges. Why does Henry refuse to use his brain here? He puffs away without the guard's signal, and we are then shown the Diesel Works. Could this be another appearance with Diesel 10? No, it's just normal old Diesel. Paxton says hello to Diesel, and he rolls away but spouts fumes onto Paxton, and now he has little spots on his face. Later we see Henry puffing along the main line, and Paxton rolls past him, giving him a simple hello. Henry sees the spots on Paxton's face and starts to go faster while screaming.
Chicken pox!
Yeah.
Chicken pox?
Henry continues to speed up and his coaches start to shake. Kelsthorpe Road is being repainted, and the painter accidentally kicks the paint bucket off of the platform and onto the tracks. Connor passes by the station and causes the paint to splatter onto Gordon's face. Noticing a pattern here, Henry puffs into Kelsthorpe, spots Gordon, screams, and runs away.
Chicken pox!
Hey, does anyone else remember when Henry was pretty rude but meant well and wasn't afraid of everything? Good times.
Pah! You're late, and that smell is making me ill. It's the fish, replied Thomas, and there's danger on the rails. That's why we're late. Ha! You're the only danger on the rails, Thomas.
Chicken pox are even scarier than rain! What's the matter with you today, Henry?
My thoughts exactly. James almost runs into Henry, but gets pulled onto a different line. He goes up and down Gordon's hill, but we do get a pretty funny line from Gordon.
Oh, some engine.
The Fat Controller sees Henry and questions what the hell he's doing.
What on earth are you doing?
Henry reversed all the way back to where he once picked up his passengers, and Thomas kinda just appears out of nowhere. Henry asks what happened to his spots, and Thomas says he had a wash down. Gordon then rolls in and says he had paint on his face. Henry then makes a groundbreaking discovery that they didn't actually have chickenpox. Topham rolls in and says that it's just a human thing and that engines can't get them. Then we get to what is probably the worst part in this episode.
Watch. 1, 2. Oh.
Oh, the indignity.
Me too, Gordon. Me too. Later, Henry rolls up to some chickens and he apologizes to Paxton for what happened earlier. Paxton starts joking around, saying that maybe Diesels can get the measles.
Maybe Diesels can get measles! Measles?
Paxton says he's only joking, and it ends with them both laughing together. I was originally going to conclude this, but that ending really grinds my gears, so I'm gonna let a very good friend of mine conclude this one. Alright, I'm gonna go watch Family Guy now.
Holy cannoli, I'm finally in one of these. Alright, which episode are we reviewing?
Why they saying you ate a treat if you ain't eat a treat from... Did you eat...
Yeah, no, this shit's some ass. But I barely have any time here, so let's speedrun this shit.
Alright, number 1, Topham, you're stupid as shit for bringing your infected grandchildren outside. Like, seriously, you started this whole dumb phobia. Oh, oh, hi, Butch. This entire episode's kind of the reason why I hate U.S. Henry. I don't know why, it's just Carrie Shell's extra annoying as Henry. He's fine in Gumball, though. I doubt the UK's any better. I mean, I couldn't find the UK version of this episode. Also, on that topic, how come there's, like, so much stuff with Henry and painters? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, also on a small tangent, but Joseph May, dear God, you're annoying as shit too. Seriously.
What?
Ha ha, forced comedy. Please laugh.
Okay, yeah, this episode's terrible. Okay, good-eye, bye.
Why are we running again?
Yeah, I agree. That was a very true statement, you know, all that stuff. Wait, Brian, no! Brian, no! Brian's dead! Ah!